All right, my friends, welcome back. Hambbage here. Hardcore vanilla Minecraft. We got a toehold on eternity. That's our world. That's what we're loading right now. Whew. It's National Gumbo Day. I didn't know how strongly it could affect me. Of course, I knew this was going to be a big Minecraft day. But we found ourselves committed to the grind a little bit here. We're going to finish that up. And once we do a bit more work, maybe in this episode, maybe over one more in the future arena, I'll be ready to go get some gumbo myself. So I did a little bit of looking, a little bit of online searching. By the way, the non-snow, very traditional rain has hit around here, so I didn't do a whole lot of outside time on my last break, but I did think I made good use of my time by exploring gumbo options. Once upon a time, we had a papado up here, and I would have definitely supported that, but the only one still in the state is not close. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not planning on going somewhere to eat, but I will do some takeout because now I've been thinking about gumbo all day. So I did a little bit of looking, and I think the big winner based on location, and I kind of, it was kind of like an itch in the back of my brain. I was like, I think I know that there's like a little Cajun-y place next to another place I've been to quite a bit. When I check on that, it's called the Lost Cajun, and it's actually a chain, which I'm not super wild about, but just in kind of reading the menu and looking at it. For one thing, they do specialize in takeaway gumbo. Seems to be quite a thing, and you can get it not just as like an order entree to go, but they have takeaway pricing for quarts and gallons and whatever. You could feed an army on their gumbo, it sounds like. So they're designed to do this, which is reassuring. But from the little menu blurb, it sounds like the guy was native in Louisiana, and circumstances in life just forced him to relocate, and apparently was a big fan of the Colorado mountains anyway. So eventually moved up to Frisco, Colorado, which is familiar to anybody who's spent a lot of time in Summit County, Colorado, where Keystone and Breckenridge and Vail and I don't think A-Basin is in Summit County itself, but the major big town there is Dillon, and Dillon Reservoir sits kind of right as the interstate I-70 comes down from the Eisenhower Tunnel, where it goes under the Continental Divide into kind of the Summit Valley. The Dillon Reservoir, which is a man-made lake to hold snowmelt water for the city of Denver, sits there, and Dillon sits right on the highway, kind of at its low point, where the dam is and where the creek, the Blue, I think, heads out to eventually join the Colorado River and head on its way towards the Pacific. So Dillon is kind of the big town. It's got outlet malls and all the rest of it. Lots of the bigger hotels in the area and all that kind of stuff are right there. And then just west is the town of Frisco. And Frisco is kind of the gateway to Breckenridge. It's the exit where you turn off and is on the opposite end of the lake. So it's kind of got that same year-round atmosphere. It's a cool little town. I love Frisco. But it doesn't have a ski place right in it. Like I said, the road onto Breckenridge goes right through it. So they see a lot of traffic there, and apparently this guy moved there and started a restaurant in town with his, what I guess from the menu. I don't know these people. I don't know that I've ever been to the restaurant in Frisco. Didn't know it existed, but he and his late wife started the restaurant in Frisco and then expanded. I don't know if it replaced or they opened a second location. I think the second, because it sounded, or at least in looking at locations, they still had one on Main Street in Frisco. Yeah, they expanded into Breck, so the next town over, another location there, and then opened it up for franchising. And I was surprised. There's a bunch of them around the country. When I saw that, I was like, okay, so they've expanded down to the Front Range, and have some loyal followers that are like, oh yeah, I've had that up in the mountains at the end of a ski day. You remember it, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go hit some more of that. So. Never been inside. I know the footprint. It's in this place that I've shared the same parking lot with. It's kind of in one of those pad sites that's probably got about the same amount of space as like a FedEx or Starbucks or something like that. So it's not huge. It doesn't have a massive dining room or anything like that. And probably a little more fast casual than like a sit down kind of place, which is just fun. Some of the best food comes out of there. Franchise, a little intimidated there. You don't know, franchisees are expected to maintain the standards that are put forth, but that can vary a little bit. And with a pandemic and all that, you never know. But that's my plan. I'm gonna go give them a try and see what they got. And it would be better than anything I got out of a can at the grocery store at this point. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. Yeah, it should be some tasty, good eating. So we'll do up a bit of gumbo. Not have any snow, but yeah, I think it's kind of getting to mid-afternoon kind of time right now, and I may, depending on where we get with this episode, I may go pick some up before kind of like a big dinner rush. I'll give them a call, see what the deal is there, if they have it ready to go, or if it's a order it and then wait kind of deal. With gumbo, like I said, that's the reason I'm not cooking it now. You kind of got to start early, even if it's a restaurant and it's prepped. They probably have batches of it pre-made. I talked the other day, recently at some point, about Woody Harrelson from Cheers, and one of the I don't. Cheers was too early. I remember watching it, and some of the last one. I'm sure some of the comedy went right over my head, but I remember one of the bits or the gags is Danielle. Oh man, now I don't. Oh, what was her name? The blonde's Diane, right? Sam and Diane. So Diane, the kind of clueless, not very world-wise, but very book-smart waitress that comes to work at Cheers, and is the major foil to Sam over the course of the series, at least until Rebecca replaced her. She comes in and she's always trying to prove herself and show that, hey, I can do this. You guys, it's not that tough, right? But so in one of the episodes, she convinces everybody I can handle the bar. It's just like a 5-minute errand or whatever, but I got this. I can do it. Trust me that, make the drinks or whatever until you get back. So, okay, big deal. You get to tend the bar. And somebody comes up and is like, yeah, I'll have 2 Bloody Marys, as their drink order. And she starts going through, and, she's got the bartender Bible book, right? Here's the recipe and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, got, when they come back, she's got like 1,800 different bottles all lined up around the bar and all this other various stuff. And she's like, man, Bloody Marys are hard to make. There's so many ingredients I never knew. And Sam's like, yeah, that's why I make up the mix and keep a jug of it in the refrigerator under the bar. So when people order, I don't have to hand make it every time. Same deal with gumbo, right? Or any kinds of stews or soups or anything like that at restaurants. It makes a lot more sense to kind of do the prep cook work in bulk. And of course, it's not the same as when you're setting up that day's gumbo, right? Like, if it was around Fat Tuesday or whatever, and you're at a mom and pop shop in Metairie, Louisiana, or somewhere, right? They're gonna put that pot on and have somebody in early in the morning to start making the roux and building the gumbo, right? And it will get the opportunity to cook with those ingredients fresh all day. Oh, I don't have a corner anymore. I was like, wait, where's my corner? Yeah, I got rid of it. So yeah, I eyes wide open, right? You go into this, they're not hand fresh making gumbo beforehand, but especially if you're ordering it as the carry out in kind of a container as opposed to plates made up in to go containers. I don't know what the turnaround is there. I expect it will be pretty quick, and they can slop some out into a container and be ready to go pretty fast. But we'll see. And I'm excited. I can't wait. Man, I hope it's good. I hope I find I'm like, oh yeah, could be bad. I don't need to discover a local gumbo place, but again, all props to the National Gumbo Day people for getting the word out and making me do something that, when I woke up in this morning, I had no idea, never had an intent ever, and it sure didn't have the same effect of making me want to chug a bottle of maple syrup thanks to Vermont or anything like that. But I'm excited anyway. All right, so we've had all this talk about gumbo food, all that kind of stuff. Let's mix it up here for a little bit as we kind of try to wind down our harvesting. At least we'll check our inventory here when we get to the bottom and see how many more stacks we have to go. 1 and 1. Alrighty. We don't have quite a stack, which is fine. We'll leave it a little short, but I'm glad we checked. So the other thing we were kind of talking about at the end of the last episode was my phases of the way I play Minecraft and how I try to keep it fresh by rotating around and keeping my activities varied, even though I'm playing hardcore, right? And I think people get frustrated. They death loop hard when you're learning hardcore because it is more difficult. You can play survival mode on hard difficulty and kind of get used to it, but it doesn't get locked in, and the whole concept of losing everything and having to start over can make you, until you master whatever choke point it is that you're getting caught at, until you learn how to manage that, or learn how to manage when Endermen start showing up, or all those kind of things, or when the game starts throwing multiple baby zombies at you at the same time, because it's decided, full moon or whatever, you're going to get a swarm, and it's going to kind of press you a little bit, which, by the way, we're going to be very due for. We've had a couple nights of combat where we mainly fought phantoms. We have not slept a lot, and we've gone a long time without much significant combat, and I have a feeling the game's going to want to pay us back for that. So at some point, expect we're going to get up to our ears in combat, but hopefully by that point we'll have had a successful wither fight under our belt. So anyway, we balance out those aspects of the game: adventure and advancements, exploration and gathering, and building. Those are kind of my three, and I try to balance them out for the series and for myself to where if I've been doing one of one type for quite a while, then I'll mix it up. Try to do something else. So, for instance, a few episodes ago, but RL here earlier today, mine we did a bunch of advancements. We got a handful of those to um, knock out. Yeah, just little odds and ends advancements. The main one being the lightning rod, which I'd never done before in the midst of a storm. So we kind of balanced those things through and got some advancements to balance out what has otherwise been a lot of gathering and exploration. The cave spider farms. Oh, now what am I gonna do? Let's do this. Ooh, here we go. This is a little more dangerous just because we might accidentally look at a creeper. Here, we'll do this as well so we can kind of see ourselves filling up. One. We got to keep count of those. Still one. That's going to work out very well, actually. We'll have one more down there. We'll go to 63, clearing off this level. So we've knocked down each of these remaining stacks, so we won't have to spend as much time on them when we get back. All right, and we can fill up our inventory. Let's look at the wall here. Yeah, I really meant to just pull that stack back partially complete and call it good, but oh well. All right, where is that one piece? Got it. Where is our portal? So now we're going to go back through to spawn. We'll have to come back through the nether, and then we'll hang out. Oh, hey, it's daytime. It's so rare that we get to delay. Hey, Piggy, what's up, bud? Yeah, this is our spawn. All right, off we go. We got stuff to do. So, yeah, a little bit of building around the cave spider spawners. See that tongue twister fast, and certainly clearing the abandoned mine. They don't all shoebox perfectly into any one category, but it's a little exploration gathering, little buildy. We're vacating a lot of stuff. And this, again, we talked in one of the past episodes. They're kind of blurring for me now. I'll admit it. Do we really count that as a build? I don't know. We're putting obsidian around the outside of a big hole in the ground. We're not trying to make it pretty. We're not trying to decorate it or make it anything too profound, other than a safe place to have a wither fight one time and come away feeling like a champion. So we'll see how all that plays out. But one of the things that we haven't done too much really since the silo, was the Trident Farm after the silos? I think it was, right? So Trident Farm was our last big build, or Drowned Farm, but we're basically using them to try to get tridents. So we built that, and we built the silos. We built the creeper farm. Um, and a little bit the early kind of base tower ugly monstrosity that we built just when we hardly had any materials and were constantly in fear for our world and our life. Um, Not my proudest, but it's been functional. It's worked pretty well for us. And the villager outpost is we put a lot of effort into it and tried to make it a little nicer for them to hang out in. It's basically just a bunch of small rooms for NPCs to hang out in and do their thing. All right, let's. This. Put all those away, and we've still got a couple more, so we have just over a shulker's worth. So next up, and now this is where this pick will probably come to its end. So shulker has 27, right? 3 times 9. So we had talked about at a max, we've got 5 levels, and so stack for each of those would be, 20? I think I said 25, but this isn't a pentagram. It is a rectangular space. So we should expect up to 20 stacks of obsidian to go into just the walls. Once those are done, then we've still got the floor. And remember, it took about 2 loads to get the ceiling done. So we'll be able to start things off with whatever we've got left over, but then we'll likely have to make another run or 2. And I think that's where we're going to wrap up for today. I don't think I've got another trip to the end for more shaving of obsidian towers in me at this point. Not that I don't enjoy it. It's been fun, but we've kind of talked food to death, and we'll see. Now that we have our friend the daily national days of calendar people, who knows what we'll find to talk about tomorrow. I'm not going to look in advance. We'll save them and see what's in store then. But that's kind of fun, something fun and silly to talk about. The other... I don't know if there's anything other. So I think tomorrow we'll probably get back to a little bit of a similar load of content where I'll do an episode or 2. I think if we push hard here, we should get it to where the floor's ready to go. We just need the... obsidian to finish it up, and can go gather that, kind of use an episode to get ourselves prepared and back into it. Who knows, maybe do a night of combat to freshen up our skills, and then gamble all to hopefully find glory and long-lasting benefit to this world, or it all goes away. Can you imagine? Ooh, I think we got it though. So yeah, I think a couple more episodes there, and then I think we've already got loads of iron stashed away, so we should be ready with a first beacon. But as soon as we have that, we will likely change tack. Well, we're going to change tack. We've been talking a little bit about building, and the next big build that I really want to do is the barn. We've been talking about it for a long time. We got some decent clay bricks going, but we'll have to hit up the nether hard for more quartz and gather as many of those as we can. And then go for acacia wood. A little bit more clay, maybe. Again, we've probably got enough to get started. We'll want different interior wood for the planks and the, kind of, I guess, decor is not the right word, but the stalls and the walls and the lofts and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, get that going along with our silos, because they're looking a little lonely and abandoned. I don't know, we miss that. Yeah, kind of start moving towards getting our base a little bit back to more of a build that's got a little bit more eye towards decoration and fun and that element of the game, which with hardcore, as much as I try to balance it out, you really can't let yourself get carried too far away. Well, you can. There's nothing wrong with it, but the chances of losing the world are so much greater when you're getting started and potentially going to lose everything. Like vanilla brewed coffee. Oh, huge example of that. We had that cool mountain house carved out. It's kind of, ooh, hi, creeper. You want to come up here and blow? Nah, I'll leave him. We knew getting some mobs here was going to be likely with the lack of torches. But until we lift the floor, it just seems like a lot of extra work. Time spent placing, time spent picking up, all that stuff. Now I could just haphazardly throw a bunch out there and it would minimize the number of mobs. We'll see. If it gets to be a problem, we'll throw down some torches. But if it's just a random creeper here and there, a zombie or a spider or something, we'll deal with it. The real trick is going to be when we're doing the threes and not really looking at that space and more vulnerable. Up here, it's easy to laugh off. Like, oh yeah, there's a creeper down there. We get 2 or 3 all parading up towards us and we're not looking. Like, could be bad, right? All right, so that's what we arrived at the other one. Go ahead and get our little bonus area here. Ooh, this is a good one too. Look at all that. I think that's as far as we want to go. Like I said, here comes potential creeper fun. Oh, we gotta spend a second or two looking at the ceiling as well. Drop something in there. Get the bow out. Like I said, we need a little bit of combat practice. Ooh, see? Combat practice. That wither's not going to stand that still for us. Okay, we are pretty full. Let's go empty. Again, more chances to check out our ceiling. Now we just have to make more certain that we check out our surroundings too. Alright, let's try to get back to a low stack there. Deep slate, dirt. Neither of those are full, but they kind of seem like a waste of time to not get rid of. Goodies for here. And I think we were throwing these in here too, right? We just haven't had any reason to in a while. Alright, everything look good? No. Why are you split out? Okay, so Can we see anything? Why did I not take down that dirt block? I don't see anything yet. Let's go up and get this dirt, and then we'll start taking floors. Trying to keep this one high speed if we can. Oh, it's just all the better too. Great. Oh boy. Alright, we need torches. Like I said, the game is probably feeling that we've been neglecting this element for a while, so it's going to give us some opportunity to make good on that. You don't have to go over the top here. Should be fine. Skeletons make me jumpy. Again, that's that spider. What I'm guessing is some kind of a spawner up above us. Don't know if the abandoned mine that's in the area extends beyond us or not. So we should have a pretty good little bit of durability here to work through on the pick. This may be our split. Check the time when our pick gets worn down and see where we're at. But yeah, we we'll just try to push here. See just how much we can go. And hope for maybe a pocket of gravel. Ooh, some diamonds. They're nice. Skelly is so loud. I think he's hiding behind one of these walls I'm about to remove, as opposed to being up over our head, out of the way. There we go. Why not just go right here? Kind of keep expanding this side. Oh, I forgot we got one other big old task we're gonna have to do before our fight too. I didn't even kind of slipped my mind. That has to go with our roses. So we'll be enjoying a last little bit of time on the surface. I mean, if things go wrong, right, it could be our last few days of life and luxury and beauty and all the good things before the end. So try to savor that for a minute while loading up on one particular item. Getting down to a deeper kind of orange on the pick here. Remember, we'll have one left, and we're doing pretty well on this removal, so that's good. And for the time it takes, the item wear on harvesting the obsidian is not bad at all when it comes to the pick, right? Because you're getting relatively few blocks, it doesn't eat through their durability quite as much, so that's nice. Unlike this deep slate, which slows up my rhythm. This may be our biggest pocket here. I'm still looking for copper, emerald. Won't get emerald here. If there was gold needed, I think we already got that. Oh no, not more. Wait, that's kind of weird. So deep slate ores would show up in the midst of tough, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of the first time I've seen that little variety. Hope that's all it is. Check for threats before sticking our head in the box. There we go. A bunch left. Let's go a long run now, right? We should be able to do an out and back with our current pick. See how we're looking after that, and then check the time. Getting there, guys. Getting there. And we don't want to waste. If we can possibly avoid it, let's make full use of grabbing everything that we're getting in here so we don't have to just go do it. Now, with the abandoned mine project, we've kind of been working on out at the end of our portal by the clay swamp and everything. We've got a lot of these same materials, but there we're trying to see what we can do with cave spiders in terms of can we get longer term production of string without having to AFK, which I don't do here because I want to share all the content with you guys. Being hardcore, you can lose a world. Usually you will. If you're going to lose a world, it'll be when you're least expecting it. You know, I'm going to prepare up for this wither fight. Yeah, that's a risk, and we might things might go wrong, but it won't catch us sleeping, right? we won't be there. Whereas, you know, you're like working on a project wearing your wings or something like that, and all of a sudden a creeper comes up behind you, and you never hear it coming until the sizzle is too late. That's the way they go once you get to a certain point, which I think we're kind of there. All right, we should have lots of room, so let's see what we can get out of this. Lots of gravel, come on. Oh, so good. It's a big old chunk that we don't have to mine, right? Of the remaining. Alright, that's pretty full. We can top it off there, and then we got boom, 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 boom. Again, nothing in the diorite. Haven't emptied these in a while. Zombie flesh. Alright, pretty good, right? Let's check the time. 43. I think we're worth... Got maybe a little wear left on that pick, but it's about the same as the others, so let's get it swapped. And see, maybe with 17, 16 minutes left, maybe we can get this done. Don't think we'll get the walls hung, but... we can get the rest of this cleared minus the floor. Again, that leaves us maybe one more episode just to hang the walls, do the excavating, and then see where we come on obsidian. The hanging should be quicker than the ceiling was, right? Because you just look up and go corner to corner to corner. So I think that can go pretty quickly. Likewise, the floor laying is, you know, it's just like any dirt fill or anything else. You just run backwards, place some blocks. Had a little bit of experience with that, right? It's our gathering obsidian and how much of this deep slate is left in this corner. That's going to be our real factors here. Back and get the goodies. See how far we gotta go now to get to our little gravel chute. Not very far. Means we'll have to go a lot further on the other side of it. And of course, more deep slate. Last little punch out of this project, right? Oh, so you say it's been light on deep slate. I'll give you a bunch of that at the end. Alright, what do we got? Thought that was it. Oh, man. Never gonna end. At least we're getting some diorite again. Been forever since we've seen any of that. What? A single random gravel? It's just an inventory troll. Come on, game. One flint, one gravel. But for all my mock complaining here at the end, one thing that really came in handy at the beginning, especially when we started under the mountain, it just ended up being totally unusable space. There's way too much cave above us. I was talking about how we'd need to bring gravel or sand or something to deal with all the lava, and we really, I know we don't have a ton of space left, but aside from that one corner that just kind of clips on the edge of it, we haven't had any underfoot lava we've had to deal with. That's been nice. Because it doesn't always come with any assurance it's going to be so slow again. This is all deep slate. Zombie sounds really don't make me comfortable either, because I keep feeling like they're coming up right behind me, even if they're up above our heads. You don't get that degree of directionality when you're listening to the headphones, especially mine. Like, some of the awesome over-ear stuff may do better at distinguishing up, down on the various channels, but here you're getting the benefit of stereo. You get right, left, but you get to be happy with that, right? Alright, there. Funny how we have so much more deep slate now. Not there, here. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, here. Maybe we're through the core of the deep slate section now. Yeesh, that was no fun. It's an edge. It's alright. Nothing we can't handle there, right? I think it did expand around this former gravel pit we should be coming up on. Let's go this way. This might finally do it when it comes to the deep slate. Not going to be much anything left when we get done the out and back here. Again, leaving huge open space behind us. Just about anything could be spawning. Not the best feeling. I'll just keep clutching this totem. Now I can peek out to that side, see if anything's coming around. Get that XP, right? Here. Because why not? So we'll finish here. I don't know if it's been 17 minutes or not. Trying to just keep going as much as possible without too many delays. But when we're this far in, we'll go over a little bit if we have to. Just to keep things moving around. If by some chance we have extra time, we'll just switch over the inventory and dive into wall hanging. But I have a feeling that won't necessarily be the case. Oh, we should sprinkle a couple of torches too. Really? Come here, block. Alright, fair enough. They get a chance. There's, I'm sure, some gaps in there where they can spawn. Goodies. Not many, but a few. Blocks. Of course, we're going to need one more. One more shulker here. At least one more, because we'll have to do the floor as well, right? Oh. Dummy. I was going to hang on to that stone, but I don't think I need to. Alright. Here. Perfect. Check the time. 55:25. That seems just about right to me. So let's wrap this one up, and we will remember that, or I guess just plan. Next one, we hang the walls. We're just going to unload the inventory that we have, see how much of it is left when we get done with that, and then we'll probably start and use the whatever's left over, if anything, to start the floor, see where we come to at the end of that effort. and then we'll go back, pick up whatever we need to at the end. Obviously, we'll have to at least finish that last tower bit. Probably more than that, I would guess, but I'm not looking to go over the top and, um, you know, build a big surplus of obsidian when we're going to have a beacon or lose the world, one or the other here pretty quickly. So that's the plan for the next one. I do really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. If you've stuck through all these various episodes today as we've been gathering supplies and clearing the eventual arena, more power to you. You're gonna enjoy this fight as much as I am. For everybody else, though, hey, thanks for dropping in and checking on the progress, seeing how we're going. We'll catch up with you guys in the next episode, and until then, take care of yourselves, have a good break, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.